All right, welcome everybody to another Duality Finance Ideas for Trades. Haroon, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. I am glad to be here as always with our CEO Haroon. My name is Mark Radcliffe. I am the VP of Sales and Marketing. Haroon, remind us, what's a Duality Finance do for us?
So, Duality Finance is a product that is utilized for people who either, are interested in short or medium-term trades. They can research the stocks that are most active. They can look at the most active options, the top gainers, top losers. All this information is, as you can see, being pulled in real time off of APIs from a large number of sources. And um, what the various strategies one can deploy is, I mean, depending on some of the most active stocks, or some people may even look at the biggest gainers or losers. Or often, what we do, I know, is probably look at the most active options. It kind of gives you an idea of where a lot of the interest and sentiments are in the market currently. And then you can go ahead and plug in any stock name that you're interested in. We'll start with SoFi, um, and see how it's performed in the recent past. You can also find out more in-depth information about it, including the insider trades that are occurring on that stock, and when those transactions might be, and the USD value, etc., which can be helpful. You can find out if the stock is being traded on international markets outside of the normal exchanges. If there's any high frequency trading going on, what analyst expectations are, etc. But then the best way to use it is to go ahead and pop into a report like this one that we pulled today. And this report is going to take all available historical and current market data in terms of pricing, historical financial statement analysis, quarterly reports, everything that's reported to the SEC, basically. And obviously all their historical market price data. And Also evaluate for critical factors. So the analysis process that we use is a very classic methodology in which we calculate percent price changes in all of the various variables in the financial statements, including sales, cost of goods sold, operating margin, EBIT, EBIT margin, etc., and then translating that into the percent price changes that would be necessary in any one of those variables to affect an X percent price change. And then we analyze the news and sentiments, including various social media, to see what we would predict the price to be over various time intervals, beginning with short-term intervals like 1 days, 3 days, all the way up to a year, with percent likelihoods of those changes based on all of the various inputs that we have, and the hard likelihoods that any of those critical factors will come to pass, and or the strength of sentiment analysis. And so as you can see in SoFi today, the short-term outlook, while positive, is kind of lower in percent likelihood, probably because there's probably no immediate critical factors that might play a role in the price changes. But in the long term, it appears to be performing much more favorably. I think this is somewhere where Mark's expertise would probably come in better.
Oh, thanks, Haroon, for for saying that I'm right. I always love it when you say that I'm the right one for today. But no, but for everybody watching, Haroon tends to lean more towards this sort of intraday trading. I like to do a little bit long term, just because I have a very short amount of time each day to look. So this is one where that confidence level, if all of that information is brought together in just like 30, 45 seconds, what I'm seeing here is like out of that 2 week zone, whereas where we're starting to get more confidence, 2 weeks and beyond, which is kind of perfect for me. I tend to trade in a kind of 45-day zone. So as
Right.
I look at it, so I always call it SoFi. I'm glad you corrected me on that too, because it's SoFi. But SoFi is right as we record is right around 11:20, something like that. So we're looking here in 2 weeks. Might be getting up towards the $12 mark. So I would probably, honestly, I might even sell a put in SoFi at the 18-day, which would be the November 15th right now, because I know the stock is likely to keep going up. That put that I sold is going to make money as long as the stock stays static or continues to rise. That's one of the reasons I like selling puts. So
Right.
that would be my thought for this one, Haroon, would be I would probably sell a put around, probably at the money, around like 11 or 12, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Great. Amazing.
What's our
And
other one? We ran another one, right?
oh, we ran another one. The other one is AMD. So this is a really great stock. It's been up and down lately. I mean, it's got the greatest information, I think, or some really good information about it. They're projecting some large increases in revenue from something like, I think, 50 billion in chip sales,
Mm.
currently to somewhere like 500 billion in the next 5 or 6 years, by 2030. So, I guess 5 years and change. And so, which is a massive increase, and hopefully should be reflected in the stock prices. But lately it hasn't done as great. Oops. And Who's sitting around the 159 market mark, but there is good, data that in the short term we may see a couple dollars, in a bump in the next 3 or 4 days, which for me would be perfect, because what I would do here is probably buy a call for
Mm.
around, if it's sitting today at 159, so something around like 152, or something like that, to kind of give me a little buffer. And if it goes up, I mean, I can make it quick. If it goes up $2, I'll put in a good to cancel order at a 12%, 10 or 12%, um, um, uh, profit, and just get out of the stock. I generally, or get out of the option. I generally do put in a good till cancel order, like a stop loss at about 50%, just in case. But
Mm.
generally, this is usually accurate, and usually I can get out of that security within anywhere between 2 hours and 48 hours.
Nice.
So
This one, I think for me, is I look at the 2 weeks. I'm a lover of the 2 weeks, but it's like 170. So like it's around, like you said, 160 now. 170 is right within a range. I think to your point, Haroon, like you said, it's not been moving a lot recently. So that
yeah,
170 is like the top of the range that it's been doing for a while. So it
right.
makes me feel good for running something like either a strangle, or if I wanted to limit my exposure, I might do like an iron condor. So I would probably do at the
Right.
18-day, I'd probably sell, let's see, like the 172 call maybe, and then down a little bit higher, like a 150 put or something like that.
Right.
I'm gonna get what, $800 over 14
Right.
days collection on that strangle. If
Right.
I was a little more risk averse, I'd buy the call and the put a little further out of the money to make an iron condor, and that would limit my exposure. So I wouldn't have that upside risk that you get like with a sold call. So
Right.
that would be a good money maker. Is if it stays within that range, I'm going to pull in all that money in 2 weeks. So I feel pretty good about that. What do you think about that, Arun? Would you be
Oh, yeah.
okay with me doing that?
I would love
Okay.
that. Yeah, I think it's a
Okay.
great idea. I think
Cool.
it's brilliant. Brilliant.
Well, you always say that, though, Herb. Well, thanks
Yeah.
everybody for watching. We'll keep doing these once a week. These are
Yep.
essentially free trade ideas. And if you want to get this for the own stocks of your own choice, you can jump right over to Duality Finance. We've got a link down in the description,
Yep.
where you can sign up and run those types of reports where it takes all of that information from all those different sources and brings it into those price predictions in just a few seconds. So you can sign up right there, and we hope you do. If not, keep watching the channel. You can just hit subscribe, and you'll get that free couple ones each week. Arun. So thanks,
Great.
Arun, for
Thank
spending
you.
some time with me this week. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, thanks all.
See you next week.